Hey guys, welcome back to a Christmas special episode. Toothless Blues Boy Norman, where things are slowly getting better. Right now, I've got a special Christmas stained glass treat for you. This is a hand painted medallion, probably about 25 years old, that a neighbor of my aunt and uncle had commissioned for my grandma years and years ago. But there's some breaks in it. The face is broken through. You can see the daylight there. It's just a beautiful painting of Jesus. This guy is a really good artist. The paint's a little dark, but it's meant to be in bright sun. So I believe he was really thinking it through. This window was originally made in Arizona with the bright sun, and it really works. So today, for a Christmas present for Grandma, when they made this originally, they only put one little ring on the top, and wherever it hangs at, it just wants to spin, and that's why it fell years ago. So what I'm going to do is I brought all my tools up here to Mom's house, and I'm going to slowly repair this and try to do as much restoration. First thing I'm going to do, make this solder stick. Gonna have to scratch away. I'm going to measure down equal distances from here to here and from here to here. And I might have to add an extra lead line to mirror this one so I have a good soldering spot for these rings. So, first thing I want to do with a project like this is I'm bringing this chain over and using it as a measuring device. And I'm marking exactly where this piece of lead intersects with this chain right here. Okay, so I've got my mark there. Alright guys, back to this repair. We'll get down to the nitty gritty. What I want to show you first, start off with some thick gauge copper wire. Something to wrap it around. Wrap that around a couple times. Get it nice and tight. And then you get them nice and tight. Cut them straight across like that. Do some magic with the pliers. And you end up with some nice rings for installation. So if you notice here, where the rings come together, where the seam of the ring is where you're going to want to attach it to the actual glass piece so it'll hold those two together. I'll crimp that together just a little bit better. This camera's in a funky position. I'm working on a little card table at Mom's house. You all have to bear with me. So once you feel good about that, what you want to do is hold on to those right where they meet together, because there's a step that you got to do first. First of all, you'll put a little bit of flux on there, and you want to do this with some rusty pliers so that the solder doesn't stick to your pliers. And I don't have a proper flux brush, unfortunately. And so as you can see, this bright part of the metal here, anytime you're working with any kind of old stained glass or repair, you're going to want to scratch away that metal until it's nice and clean. Now you have a surface to solder against. So now we've come to the other side, and I've got it all scraped off and ready to solder to take the ring. But the ring is going to need to be right there, and that's just a magic marker line. So one of the things I always recommend that you do is save lots of lead scraps. So what I'll do with this is I'll cut the bottom of that out and just have this nice cap. And I'm just going to fill in that space right there, and I'm going to solder there, and that'll give me some extra strength for the ring that I've matched on this side. And of course I'll melt that back down and smooth it out, leading. So instead of soldering a bunch of this on these repairs, I was able to put some fake lead over the back of here. It had some really bad light leaks, if you remember. And I need to finish cleaning and burnishing my solder rings down. And they were a little bit difficult to solder onto that old lead. This is a really old piece, but I think I've managed to do it. What I need to do now is burnish it really good, which just means keep wiping it and wiping it and wiping it and getting these chemicals off. And eventually this will also turn black like the rest of the surrounding material. So, but just let me show you what I was able to accomplish. Now we have Jesus that doesn't spin in a circle. I've gotten rid of all the light leaks coming through his face. It's more complete. And I will more than happy and proud to be taking Jesus back to hang out with Grandma. It's been long overdue. I'm really glad and honored to be able to fix Jesus' face on Jesus' birthday. So happy birthday, Jesus, and Merry Christmas to all you stained glass crafts people out there and tool suckers alike. Get your tools out and build, folks.